Welcome to Comically Lame's most difficult review ever, the Antichamber. Now this game will challenge you to your wits' end. This game is extremely difficult. It is very frustrating, very aggravating, and will anger you. This game is just wow. Thank you, Mr. Alexander Bruce, for developing this game. It took him 6 years to develop this. He used the Unreal Engine 3, which has been used in most popular games like BioShock, Mass Effect, Gears of War. Now this game does not take much on your CPU at all, or your GPU. It is very minimal. Basically, if you can play Minecraft, you can play this game, no problem. No problem at all. This game, despite its graphics, it is very entertaining, very challenging. Like I said, it is a puzzle game. You'll spend hours trying to figure out some of these puzzles. And that is kind of like a little spoiler alert. Sorry about that. I noticed in the beginning of the video, you'll notice the little time clock down there says an hour and 30 minutes remaining. Well, it's going to take you longer than that to play the game, so don't get discouraged by that. It is only $20 via Steam. I'll post a link down in the description below for you. And this game is just like an Escher painting. I mean, you're going to walk through staircases and come out on one side. You're going to go back through the same pathway you went, and you'll end up somewhere else. It is rose red. It is just crazy. There are some parts in the game where you have to look through the window just to change the room around you so you can access a different part of the world. It is a sandbox world, so you just kind of go as you want. You know, go wherever you want, wherever you please. So there's not really much you can do as a walkthrough because you don't have to have all the puzzles to win the game. But the game creates such a curiosity in you that you want to see the other puzzles to finish the game as you complete it completely, get all the achievements unlocked. Now, as you're playing the game, you'll see these little drawings on the wall. These are like mementos, because as soon as you get done with the puzzle, you'll come up on a picture, you can click on it, it'll give you a little tidbit, basically saying, hey, guess what? What you did there worked. And you'll remember that for the next puzzle you come to. And it will unlock other puzzles that you didn't even notice were in the same room as you. So as you complete one puzzle, you go to the next room, you complete that puzzle, you'll notice back in room 1, there's a new puzzle now because you learned something in puzzle 3. And that's what I like about this game. It doesn't baby you, like I said. It makes you learn. I'm much better at learning, doing, than reading and then doing. So it's very difficult for me to read a manual and say, oh, okay, I got everything there. No. As soon as I get a brand new game, I'm in there button mashing and just slamming everything until I learn exactly what it does. Overall, this game is very, very fun. It is not for the person that had a very bad day at work and you want to show it off to them. I would imagine they would break everything if they're already frustrated. And it will. This game will frustrate you. It will make you want to break everything. I was about 30 minutes into one puzzle, just trying to figure out how to get through a laser door. It was just a big laser blocking me. I was using these little blocks to try to block out the lasers, and I couldn't get through it. I didn't have enough blocks. I couldn't find any more blocks. And that's when I realized, after 30 minutes and going backtracking a little bit, there was more puzzles that could be completed. And that's what this game is really about. Is once you complete one puzzle and you go to the next room, there's going to be more puzzles in the previous room that you didn't even know about because you didn't even see them there. And if you ever want to go back and check out what puzzles you've already completed and which ones you're missing, you can always hit the escape key and go back to that main room with the counter. It's counting down on you, showing you the controls of the game. However, what they don't tell you is that when you do that, you reset everything in the whole world. All the puzzles back to default. You have to go do them all again. So very frustrating, very time consuming, and you're on the timer with an hour and 30 minutes left to go, so you gotta go quick. Now this game is a puzzle game, so there's not really much rising action to it. There's no plot, no storyline to follow. But as I was playing it, there is this like black blob that you'll see in this video that's kind of just floating around. It does creep you out because this is a very psychological game. It messes with your head because you'll go through one hallway and end out another, and vice versa. I mean, you go up and you'll be actually going down. It's a very confusing game to play. The game is so mind-bending to play, I couldn't imagine what it took to create this game. I mean, no wonder it took him 6 years. He was probably doing it by himself, but because no one else could understand it or help him. I mean, it's just it's almost like a work of art. It's too, it's beyond me. Is what I'm trying to say. It's beyond me. And like I said, this is one of the most difficult games to review because it's just a puzzle game. There's not much story to talk about. It's just searching and trying to figure out a puzzle. And then once you figure out those puzzles, you go back and do more puzzles. It's very repetitive, just like me. Overall, I would say this game, for its category of being a puzzle solver, I would say like a 95 on the puzzle game. Now, I don't have an all-time perfect puzzle game yet, and for the other games, other categories, I would have to say that, it's up there in the 90s. It's just a great game, great indie game especially. This has been OG Bossy from Comically Lame, and this has been the review for Antichamber. See ya!